Hello, and welcome to Showstopper Rambles. I'm your host, Showstopper, and today I will be starting doing episode reviews. First things first, you may notice that you are not seeing me. That is because I am on vacation, my computer camera is acting up, and so I'm having to use Audacity to just record my voice. Don't worry, I am going to be putting images in here so that you are not just looking at a big black. Hopefully, I'll be able to make this interesting. As I said, I am going to start doing episode reviews. Yay, another reviewer slash analyst. Now you may ask, Showstopper, there are tons of reviewers and analysts in the Brony community. What do you have to bring to the table? To quote Patrick, I don't know. I'm funny. Hoping you got that reference. Anyway, in all seriousness, what I have to bring to the table is that all of my stuff is uncensored, unedited. So you're going to be getting exactly how I feel about it without me putting on any gimmick or shtick. It is completely and utterly genuine. The character, Showstopper, my persona, is actually me. So there's that. If that's not enough for you, then why are you even watching this video? You should know from my videos so far, that's pretty much what I do. Anyway, to the episode. I will actually be doing these now in reverse order. We are facing now the mini hiatus in the middle of season 5. So I will be reviewing today Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep? And I will then start putting out videos of the other episodes going in reverse order, which will be very interesting for me, I think, to see the continuity going backwards. Actually, it's a bit of an idea that I got from the book Past Watch by Orson Scott Card. Fascinating read, very good sci-fi. If you like sci-fi, if you like history and changing history and all that, read Past Watch. Very good book. So, on to the review. This episode starts out, no, I am not going to start the same way that everyone else starts. So, how do I start this then? I'll figure out my own unique thing later. This episode starts out apparently in the ancient castle of the Royal Pony Sisters. To me, this was obviously a dream sequence right at the beginning. 1, the title. 2, there's no way this would actually be happening to Luna. I figured it was either memory or dream, and titles pointed towards dream. So, we see her turning into Nightmare Moon again, but unlike with what happened to her the first time, the elements of harmony appear and take on their rainbow forms, which we have not seen since season 4 ended, and I was desperately hoping we would never see again in the show. Rainbow looks awesome, but the rest of them are just ridiculous. And they blast her back to normal. Which, of course, then she wakes up. And here is where I realized this was going to be a good episode. When Luna says, "My dream ended happily? That cannot happen." Very dramatic. Very, very dramatic. And and immediately there, I knew what was going on. I knew a bit of what was going on. It was an interesting concept that she was able to remove Pony's nightmares, but I always thought, what if the nightmares go somewhere? What if she has to suffer the burden of those nightmares? And this turned out being something pretty similar, with her torturing herself with nightmares. Oh my goodness, that self-torture, it's just, when you realize that she's doing that to herself, it's horrible. But it reminds me also of a fanfic from years back, early days of the fandom, before season 3 came out, Within and Without. Wonderful read. Gets closure on Trixie, gets closure on, I forget who else. The big one is Trixie. But then also a lot on Luna and her backstory, and Twilight helping her through that. And once again, the Luna torturing herself with her memories of becoming Nightmare Moon every night when she dreams. It's very I loved the concept when I read it, and I loved seeing it in this episode here. So, we cut to where apparently it is pet grooming day. And everyone is tired. Everyone had nightmares uh, about this mysterious dark fog monster. Except Spike. Haha. Dragons for the win. Males for the win. Whichever way you want to put it, for the win. And, of course, just as they write a letter saying, okay, well, let's ask Princess Luna about what's going on. As soon as the letter is sent, Luna bursts through the door to explain what's going on. It's rather convenient. And describes Tantabus, a creature that she created, a parasite in her own dreams, that she didn't realize would grow more powerful and eventually escape into others' dreams. Well done there, Luna. Well done, creating something whose power you know not. Wonderful work there. So yeah, they all go to sleep, and after a little bit of an Inception thing, yes, I realize everyone has probably made that reference. Moving on, Luna winds up in their dreams, which slowly, one by one, start turning into nightmares. Rarity's clothes try to eat her. Pinky's food tries to eat her. Fluttershy's rabbit tries to eat her. Applejack has to deal with her apples being devoured. And Rainbow Dash has to deal with changelings attacking her. Wait, no, that was her dream pre-nightmare, which I loved that. I realized they were going for that as soon as we saw Rainbow fighting all those changelings. I knew what that was, and that was awesome. I also love what they did for her nightmare. Sunshine Happy Town, basically. That was brilliant. That was a brilliant move. And then Twilight's books are trying to eat her. Wow, a lot of these are thing I love is trying to eat me dreams. Not too much creativity there, I guess. Anyway, so Tantabus escapes, but it's okay because it can only go into the dreams of those that it knows, which is okay because none of the main six dreamed of other ponies, right? Right, Pinky? Every pony in Ponyville, which we know is true because she knows every pony in Ponyville. So, yeah. Way to go, Pinky. So, combining everyone's dreams into a single one so that the Tantabus can't just jump from dream to dream. Now, good concept. There's one major problem I have with this, and it's a very big problem. What do you think, just based on her portrayal in the fandom, what do you think Cloud Kicker dreams of? And you want to put Foals into that type of dream. Not just Cloud Kicker, but generally, yes, her, but anyone else that is having that sort of dream or that lives out those sort of fantasies in their dreams. And you want Foals to see and be exposed to that. Great plan. Wonderful idea. Of course, they didn't do it in the show, but that's just what immediately came to my mind of, that's is really, in reality, this dream would not be appropriate for anyone. Let's see. So in the dreams, it starts out pretty much normal, except for Derpy, Ditzy, Muffins, whoever she is. I call her Ditzy. Ditzy starts out giant, mewing like a cat, which is weird. Well, Lyra and Bonbon, they also start out weird. They've been cat-dogged. And please, internet, please tell me that you know cat dog. If you do not, then you missed out. It was wonderful. Anyway, and a lot of people would be freaking out about that. They love it, which shows even more the trend towards more than friends. Best friends just being a cover for more than friends. I am sticking with that theory. Anyway, So things start getting crazy because Tantabus starts turning everything into nightmares there. And finally, it is pointed out by Rainbow Dash, it's a dream. You can do anything you want. So, of course, get a call back to Spike the Knight, which was awesome. Get a call back to Flutterbat, which was amazing. Get a call back to the Power Ponies, which was really cool. You get Filthy Rich attacking with money powers, which was weird. And then you get Prince Macintosh. In a Sailor Moon-esque transformation sequence, Big Mac turns into Prince Macintosh, or Princess Macintosh, whichever one you prefer. Looking at him, it does seem to be Princess Macintosh, what they were going for. Honestly. And then, of course, Scootaloo gets big wings. Twilight gets her tree berry back, which was a little moment of heartwarming there. And it's not enough. Of course it's not enough. It's never enough to just beat it back with force. That's not how these things work. Which, by the way, props to the Tantabus and its look. That was really, really well done. The animators had so much fun with this episode, obviously, but the look of the Tantabus was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then finally, it gets to Luna's self-loathing, and she can't forgive herself. And Dr. Wolf has already mentioned this, and I'm sure everyone else is going to mention it too, but I really, really wish that the Luna forgiving herself scene had gone on for longer. It needed to be longer. They couldn't make it longer because of the time constraints in the episode, but it really needed to be longer. But the Tantabus re-entering Luna as her acceptance of what happened and forgiving herself, that was very nice. That was a very nice touch. I expected the Tantabus to just writhe in agony and vanish, but no. Shrunk down, entered back into her from whence it came. That was very well done. And then Luna's dream at the end was very sweet, very, very beautiful. Once again, props to the animators and the artists for this show. So, that was the episode. Oh yeah, warning, spoilers. Duh. I liked it. For the most part. It's difficult for me to say, because I can't name anything in particular that I didn't like about it, other than Princess Macintosh, which is a personal thing, and Luna's forgiving herself being too quick, but once again, time constraints, that makes sense. But it just bugged me the entire time. It just felt off, like the beat of it was off. It was like I was listening to an orchestra, and the lead instrument was the only one who was slightly offbeat of the entire rest of the orchestra. It's enough to distract, but if you want, you can ignore it. I don't know what it is that made it like that. Maybe some other reviewer or analyst will point it out and say what it was, but I don't know. I can't figure it out. But yeah, so that's my take on the episode. Very nice. Now to do something that I love to do. Talk about the potential for fan fictions. Above all else, I am a writer. Above all else, I write fan fiction. And read fan fiction, of course. Tons of reading fan fiction. And I like to, with every episode, contemplate how this can play into future fanfics. What concepts have we been introduced to that can now be applied? Most glaringly obvious one is focusing on the dreams of these ponies and seeing the stories behind them. Why does Big Mac wish he was a unicorn? Why is Derpy giant? and mewing like a cat? Why do Lyra and Bonbon dream of being literally joined together as one being? Lots to explore there. Lots of backstory potential to work into there. Then, of course, there is the shared dream possibility. We got a glimpse of it with the Crusaders, but we never saw it to this degree. And this could be absolutely amazing. And many people have already taken this concept and done it for great things. I've seen a lot of people do it where Luna uses that to train her guard, or in more adventure-based fics with the main six, using it to train the main six. I've seen that mostly done with Twilight and Rainbow Dash, but it has been done with others as well. So kind of like the Matrix, training in your mind and it carrying over to the physical world. That is a very interesting concept. And then, of course, if Tantabus was able to break out of the realm of dreams and become a reality, is it not possible that Luna could do the same with any other dream constructs? Now, Luna knows well not to meddle with that sort of thing. She knows the kind of things that could go wrong with that. She knows not to abuse her powers. But what if someone else made that connection, studied up on dream magic, and managed to do that? The Tantabus, how much power did it really take for it to break out? Even just jumping around the minds of 6 mares, there was the threat of it having enough power to break out into the real world. An urgent threat. So, how much power would it really take to break out of a dream into the physical world? Could someone take advantage of that and abuse that and use that to, I don't know, give themselves stronger abilities, or get magic artifacts or weapons for themselves, the likes of which no one has ever seen, and break the laws of physics? I don't know. That it's just an interesting concept for someone to take and run with it. I look forward to seeing that possibility used. Honestly, it probably won't be, but hey, hopefully it will. And who knows? Someone might hear this and take that idea. All of these ideas I put out there, feel free to take them. I am making anything that I say on these public domain, unless I specifically talk about fanfics that I am intending to write, in which case, hands off, they are mine. But I will talk about those. If those come up, I will specifically mention that. Let's see, what else in this episode? Well, with the main 6, their dreams were actually pretty straightforward. Rainbow Dash was fighting, Applejack dreaming about what she does the most. Same thing with Twilight in a huge library, Rarity with her dresses, Pinky with just her mind hopping all over the place. Fluttershy is an interesting one to explore. That could be an interesting psychological fic. Fluttershy wants to be the pet. She thinks that it would be nice to be the pet every once in a while. This could lead to something very interesting. Maybe, possibly, her exploring this desire, maybe a mind swap spell with Angel Bunny. Let's not do it with Angel Bunny. Angel Bunny and Fluttershy's body, I don't want to bring back Fluttercruel. But just the thought of Fluttershy switching minds with one of her animals and being, or just with any animal and being the pet for a day, for a week. That could be an interesting psychological fic. It could also be a Clop fic. And oh my goodness, the potential for Clop in this is also very high because of all the dream shenanigans. Already, I just know that Luna is used so much for Clop because of the dreams and everything that you're able to do in the dreams. And taking advantage of all of that, peeping into people's wet dreams and such. Ugh. So this episode is probably going to be used for a lot of Clop as well. But that's completely aside. I don't really have much else to say about the episode, so I'll go ahead and end this now. I will find some images to tack on here so that you're not just listening to me prattle on. You have something to look at as well. Thank you for watching Showstopper Rambles. I'm your host, Showstopper, and until next time, keep being awesome.